Got a girlfriend? You're a single man? Are you married? Got a girlfriend? You're single? You're a single guy?
Do you have a girlfriend?
You live with your parents? When is the last time you got a rub down? Did you torture him a lot? Did you go to college? Are you working now?
And what is all this on your chest?
How long have you two been going together? Never been married? When's the wedding gonna happen? So how long you been dating? Are you a good skier? You work out of your house? You hang around with your granddad a lot? So your mother must be quite happy with the two of you, huh? Where'd you go on your honeymoon? You did streak the lawn? Do you do the cooking? And these are the women that would be most compatible with you. How is a little baby oyster brought into the world?
Since when are birds and dogs part of Cobra regulations?
The morning stream smells like apple pie.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It is, Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hello.
It is, indeed. And Regis Philbin is going to get down to the bottom of your relationship status.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize, until you hear a compilation like that, I didn't realize how often he asked people about whether they're married or
I didn't
not.
either. Are you married? You seeing anybody? You going together? Yeah. Dating? Yeah.
There's a few of these.
Having sex?
Some of these I really like. I like that one, and I really like when they do the Riker, or not Riker, but the Jonathan Frakes one. From that, what was that show
Believe it
called?
or not, or not believe it or not,
It was like that. It was called.
It was like that. It was, yeah.
I don't remember. What was that called? Something, whatever. William Riker says stuff.
Have you ever seen
You ever been to a Turkish prison? One of those deals?
That's right. You ever seen Space Rocks? Have you ever
I love that one. Anyway, hey, you know what else we love? We love doing a show. We're here. It's a TMS. It's the morning stream. It's good to see you all. Hope you're all doing well. And
we're gonna have to keep clarifying that too with every show. Hey, welcome to TMS, the morning stream TMS.
Yeah. We gotta make this clear. Too many TMSs to count. Just the way it'll work is we just don't have initialisms for the other two. See,
right.
This is the only one I ever called. Yeah, this is the only one we really call TMS. The Monday show.
Yeah, because the Monday show it just adds one syllable over TMS.
Yeah.
The Monday show.
Yeah, there you go.
TMS.
And the medical show, one extra one on top of that. That's fine.
Right. That's fine. I guess the morning stream is still just one syllable over TMS as well.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you remember when the Schubert jury had NSFW. Not safe for work is 4 syllables. NSFW is 6.
Yep.
So
yep.
The not safe for work is shorter.
Yeah.
So,
and there was a case where they used a term that was being used by a lot of other shows.
Right. Oh, right. No kidding. Yeah.
Which I think partly why they changed it to Night Attack, and now what is it now? They have another name now. It's What is it?
Oh, it's not Night Attack anymore.
No,
they changed it. No, it is something new. Yes, right. It's
Merry Morning Monday or some shit. Great Night.
Great Night.
Yeah.
Great Night.
I think Night Attack was better. I would have stuck with it if it were me. No offense to our pals over there, but
sure,
you had the perfect name. Night Attack's a great name. What were you thinking? Just keep that. That was good. It's better than NSFW. It's better than Great Night. Just saying. All right, I've laid it down. That's it.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
That's right. Come at me, brothers. Anyways, it's good to see you, Brian. How was your day? You have a decent day yesterday? Did all right?
So far, so good. Yeah, yesterday was good. Got out on the bike. Did a nice little 10-mile ride, which is the first time since before Vegas, that I got out on a ride just because of the flu business, cold business, fatigue, all that stuff. Plus, of course, being in Vegas, didn't get out on the bike. I walked into the exercise room in Vegas and looked around. I chatted with Claire, and then I left because I wanted to go drink my coffee and eat my donut in peace. Or I guess I didn't have a donut that morning. I think I was waiting for Tina to get up.
I never did get a donut. I meant to at the Pink thing. Every time I was there, it was like a huge line. I could never get in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just the wrong time.
Yeah, it was, I regardless of what time I go to bed, regardless in Vegas, I always wake up at about 6 or 5.
Yeah.
Because I wake up at 6 here, so it's 5 o'clock there. And so, I'll pop down there about 5:30 and in my lounge pants sometimes and get a donut. I think I did get 2 donuts while I was there. One of them just that last day, it's like, well, if I'm not going to do Pars, I'm going to go down and get their Boston cream. They make a great Boston cream.
Do they?
That is my favorite donut.
I didn't know that. We've never talked about favorite donuts. That's interesting.
Yeah.
A Boston cream is pretty damn good.
It's pretty damn good. An old fashioned. I'm also a fan of an old fashioned, as long as.
I'm not sure what that is. What is an old fashioned?
Oh, that's the one that looks like you take a donut, but you didn't cleanly cut the edges of it. It's all broken out on the edges,
Okay.
like it expanded in a non conformed way. Let's see. Let me pull up an old fashioned donut.
And that's not a fritter, is it? I'm thinking of something else with a fritter.
No.
Okay.
No, an old fashioned donut. Here we go. There's a great picture of an old fashioned donut.
Oh, let's take a look here. I love this.
Let's see here. Copy image, and then go over to Discord, and then paste image.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is. Oh,
that one looks like it went to a Diddy freakout. Let me see if I can find a better one.
I have a Diddy freak out, dude. Oh my gosh, I've been hearing a lot about that lately. I know. I think I know what these are. Let's look at this one. Oh yeah, this one you sent. This one you sent is better. This is more what I'm used to.
That's more the old fashioned. And here's what I like about the old fashioned, because if they do it right, you get a nice little crispy edge around the outside, and then kind of chewy donut in the middle. Like that is the donut.
And they make
I'm not saying, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say they make a good one there at Pink.
They do. They
box.
make a really good one. So yeah, that last morning I did have a Boston cream and an old fashioned. Because here's the other thing about a Boston cream: you're getting a donut, and then you're getting a butt ton of custard, and maybe you don't want a butt ton of custard. Maybe you just want a donut.
Yeah, I want a butt ounce of custard usually.
Butt ounce, yes.
A butt ounce.
A half butt ton.
Half ton from butt.
That's right. It used to be Dunkin' Donuts' best donut was the Boston cream. They had a Boston cream that was just out of this world. And I've gone to, there's a Dunkin' Donuts by the airport. If I'm waiting for somebody, I'll it's middle of the day, time for my 2 p.m. snack.
Sure.
I do the 2 p.m. snack.
Sure.
Then I'll get then I would get a Boston cream, but the lately their donuts just taste like garbage. They're just not good. Yeah. So
I hear that about their coffee now too, because they've really pivoted to coffee, and then people aren't loving their coffees like they used to.
Yeah, Nicole is the person we need to ask about that. She swears up and down by Dunkin' Donuts coffee, so we'll have to see what she feels about how she feels about that.
Yeah.
No, Lamar's has ruined me for pretty much other donut places.
And Lamar's is a chain or no? Is that
Lamar's is a chain. I don't know how far outside of Colorado they go, but
I don't think we have them here.
I don't know if you do. Let's see. Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska.
Jerks. Come here.
Yep.
We have all kinds of. We get the sweetest tooths in the
just
planet.
South of you. Colorado's just east of you. I mean,
Yeah. How hard must it be to expand up a little bit east or west or whatever?
Exactly.
No big deal. If we can get in and out here, we can get Lamar's. So hurry up, Lamar.
There's it said, let's see. Oh, Missouri's. That's why. So apparently, who said founded in Kansas City, says Erica Gehring.
You could go. You could go to the original. You could go to the OG one if they have a location like that.
That's right, 9926 Holmes Road. I wonder if this is the OG.
Ooh. What if Lamar is there?
Street.
You got Lamar Burton.
Is Lamar really there?
I don't know what his real name is.
By the way, Lamar Burton. I like that. Occasionally, like when we're cooking and we just want some noise on, we'll put on we'll either put on Jeopardy or the Trivial Pursuit game show. The Trivial Pursuit game show is hosted by LeVar Burton. I've sent you a couple clips of his over emoting when he's talking to the players. So it says here that you once worked as a mailman in Orlando.
Yeah, why did he do that way?
I don't know, but his eyes, like, super expressive, super wide open eyes. And I'm thinking that when he auditioned for TNG, they said, God, we really love his acting. He's really, really good. But his eyes are super distracting. Do you think we could come up with some way to hide those eyes?
Can we put a hair clip over his face and
exactly
just hide those things? Jeez. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I really don't like the way he over emotes. It just, to me, it doesn't fit with his Reading Rainbow or his TNG style. It's just not the same as what I think of.
TNG worked because it was like, well, if we increase the amount of power we're putting to the dilithium crystals, it just might work.
Yep.
But
What's funny too is Michael Dorn, and Dr. Crusher, Gates McFadden. Those three of the Star Trek TNG Illuminati there are easily the ones that have aged the best. They all look great at the age they're at right now. They just have aged beautifully. And he in particular, just very cool looking. But the way he emotes, it doesn't match up, and so I get distracted by it, and I can't watch it very long.
It's very distracting. Yeah. My favorite thing still is at the Star Trek convention. The first year we were selling the Andrew Allen Smooth Federation album. Was we were closing up, like basically the trade show floor had closed, so no people were inside. It was just all the people running their booths, kind of shutting things down. And LeVar Burton and Brent Spiner were walking by my booth over to some more autograph areas. Oh no, they were walking past a sign that listed for each person how much they were charging for photo opportunities and autographs. And we said, Frakes is getting $100 per signature or per autograph.
Yeah, I wondered if there's any.
I was thinking jokingly, but there was some incredulosity in their voice that was like maybe partially joking.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Well, and famously, that was the trip where Krusty Space Hands wouldn't let me do it for
Delancey.
I wanted I had 48 or something, and he wanted 50, and they wouldn't take it, even though I was short $2. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That annoyed me. Still to this day.
Annoying. Sure.
Still to this
well,
day.
if he takes 48, then the next person says, "Well, you take 46," and before too long, he's giving it away.
That's right. John Delancey, freaking Q, bastard.
Exactly.
You're a fine actor, and I like your work.
We know that you were what was his name? Huge on Days of Our Lives, disappearing from Calliope Bradford's time machine.
Yeah, you were Doctor.
You know where you started things.
You were Dr. Slippy-Fingers in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I remember. I remember these things.
Dr. Slippy-Fingers.
Do you remember that role? He was.
I do remember. Yes.
So bad. Took those gloves off. Not cool, man. Not cool.
I can't think of that movie without thinking of Wayne and Garth's review. When they said, "I saw The Hand That Rocks the Cradle the other day. My hand was rocking something else." Swing!
Wait, did they actually do that, or is that just a thing?
Yeah, they actually did that.
I don't remember that. That's funny. Well, all right. We got a couple things to bang out before we get to the meat of the show. We got a little the Tad Pooley feud today. That's coming up. So some of you out there watching live, be ready. Be our fourth caller today. You might be able to compete with us today. Let's start with this text from Seth from Philly, who has this to say. So glad you guys had fun in Vegas. I'm going to try and make Nerdtacular next year. Glad you're feeling better, Brian. Then he goes on to say, that was very nice, right? You had a lot of nice comments last couple of weeks about feeling better and stuff.
Yeah.
That lady who shit. Almost said the wrong word. That lady who shit on the car in Delaware County, PA, south of Philly. I have to admit, I've seen some road rage before, but nothing that gross, LOL. Keep up the good work, and I love the show. So glad you guys are back. I need my shoot and boop. I couldn't think of anything clever fix. Well, that's clever enough.
Fine. Perfectly fine.
We'll take it. That's fine. The Philadelphia pooper, it seems like that's bigger news there than it is anywhere else, other than we bring it up on the show and this sort of stuff happens.
Right, exactly. And that was even pre-show. It wasn't even really like a we didn't share it in the main show, just in the pre-show, but
yeah.
I
don't know if every local town has some idiot pooping on cars, but
I don't think so. I mean, this does feel like kind of an outlier for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, here you go. In your Discord is
sweet.
The Wayne's World clip.
I'm gonna play it. Here we go.
Okay, best babe at the Oscars, Rebecca De Mornay.
Rebecca De Horny, more like.
Swing! Hello.
Re-examine.
Yeah, after seeing her in that nightie, the hand that rocks the cradle will be rocking something else, if you know what I
Oh my gosh. You know what? I miss that era a lot.
I do too. That was such a heyday, you know, Carvey and Myers and Sandler and Farley and Spade and all, that was a Hartman, Jan Hooks.
Best of times, I think.
Really was the best of times.
I think that's peak SNL if I'm to.
Yeah.
I know there are lots of other moments, but most of them were smaller pairs of people who were amazing.
I mean, Will Ferrell and Sherry O'Terry, and we've had other moments, but God, that was such a great time.
Yeah, it was awesome. Here's this voicemail from Mike about French ads in his podcast. Mm-hmm. Here it is.
Hey, Scribble and Bibble, Friendly Sleet 66, Mike here. Hey, regarding your caller who complained about the yogurt ads. Well, first I subscribed to TMS, but a few weeks ago I noticed that many of my podcasts started to have ads in French, and it took me like about a day to figure out that my VPN had connected to a server in France or maybe even Belgium. So if this guy is sick of his yogurt ads, he could just connect his VPN on his phone, assuming that he has one, to a random country, and he can be entertained there. Or he could just subscribe. So love the show, though.
I even noticed like there is a European or BBC documentary podcast I listen to, and when they start it, they say, this podcast may contain ad spots from outside the UK, and then they'll play ads that are, and I think they do that because probably UK people have complained and said, right, why are you trying to sell me tires from, Big O? What the hell even is that?
Yeah.
So I think sometimes these ad networks, it depends on, I guess, who you're hosting with or whatever, but I don't know that they are always going to be, appropriate to the area you're in. Sometimes they're just going to be weird and outside. So you have both problems. It's like, well, how does this know that there's this tire place up the street from me? And then there's the people who are going, how am I in the UK and I've never heard of Big O tires before? Like either way, you're kind of screwed. So the best way to do it is just support the Patreon. Then you're in. You don't have no ads at all.
Then you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, exactly.
Get in there. All right, one more voicemail we mentioned at the post Amy yesterday. Yeah, she had something to say, forgot to say it, so now she'll say it. Here you go.
Oh, hello, friends.
These pants are made for froggin, if you know what I mean. I actually don't.
Ever since you started playing that bumper, I have meant to tell you and I keep forgetting, so I'm leaving this message now. It cracks me up every time because, as you know, I do crochet, and anybody who does fiber arts like, crochet or knitting or anything like that can tell you that when you mess something up and you have to rip out a whole bunch of your stitches, it's affectionately called frogging, and the reason is because you have to rip it. I know it's kind of dumb, but anyway, that's what it's called. It's called frogging. So when I hear those pants are made for frogging, all I can see in my mind is like a pair of horribly hideous crocheted pants. And it cracks me up every time I see it. So, and I kept meaning to tell you guys that. And I meant to on my segment today, but COVID brain made me forget. So anyway, that's what pants made for frogging means to me. Okay, bye.
Okay, so for those who don't listen to the end of the show, it's this.
Those pants are made for frogging.
That's the clip. And that's what she was referring to. And now that I know what frogging is in the fiber arts? Is that really what that's called? The fiber arts? Oh, Brian's frozen. That ain't good. So am I. Why are we frozen? Oh, boy. Hold it out. We're there. We're okay. All right. We're back. Yep. Sorry about that, everybody. We basically heard Amy's thing, and then we all went away. That was great.
Yep. Unfortunately, it was the end of Amy's thing.
Yeah, you know what? I blame Amy, really. It's her fault.
I mean, who else can we blame? Because really, that is when things went to pot.
Yeah, I have no one else to blame but ourselves, or Amy is the person I'll blame. All right, we're going to do the fastest possible Tadpooley feud we've ever done.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well,
we've got 15 minutes.
Yeah,
we do need to.
You know how it goes on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, but we're going to give it a shot. I need you to be our fourth caller, everybody. So if you want to be that person, please let your feelings be known now. I'm going to go ahead and add Dunaway. I'm a little all over the place here. Here we go. Dunaway.
All that talk about gambling apps yesterday. I did put $5 on the Nuggets for the 10-point spread. Nuggets plus 10 on FanDuel, and they lost, but they lost by less than 10 points. So yay, won $5.
Nice. That's $5 you didn't have before. That's good.
$5 I didn't have before. Good job, Nuggets, losing, but not losing by a lot.
Well done, Nuggets. Hey, look who it is. It's our pal Brian Dunaway. He's been waiting very patiently while we get ISP issues worked out. Hi, Brian. How are you?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How's your IPS going?
Well, I think we're okay. I think we're back in the business here, so hopefully nothing craps out in the middle of anything else. If it does, I'm going to scream really loud, and that'll be great.
I could tell you were frustrated because Scott has a tail.
Yeah.
He juts his lower jaw just a little bit.
Do I?
It just comes out just a little bit. Yes, like I'm gonna bite my tongue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look.
I love it.
I pray that none of this happens to anyone else out there. All right. That's all I'm saying. Hey, we're gonna play a game. We got a fourth caller coming in. Let's see who it is. Oh, goodness gracious! I know who this is. It's our old pal Logan. Let's add him to the call.
Oh, good.
You are fourth, Logan. Let's see if you can answer here. Looks like he's on his way in.
Logan.
There he is. Logan, is this Logan?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, man. Good. Nice to see you. How the heck are you? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
I am doing very well, thank you.
Yeah, home.
My coach.
Yeah, that's right.
Coach Logan, one of my coaches.
That's awesome. Give us a quick tip on time management. Go.
Quick tip on time management. When you're behind because, like, for instance, your ISP goes down.
Yeah.
Just be a little flexible, you know? You can still make time for the important things.
Oh, all right.
So I'm hearing you say that it's good to be flexible when things go down.
Yeah, good job.
Brian's got this.
He understood the assignment. Well, it's fantastic. Good to have you here, Logan. We're going to play a game. Brian's going to explain the rules and what you might be playing if you win, Brian.
Well, he'll be playing, but he might be winning if he
No,
wins.
I mean the video games he'll be playing.
What he might be playing. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. It's time to play the Tadpooley Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian are going to have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's Scott and Brian's job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Logan, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you get a prize package. That includes Slaycation Paradise and Rune Classic, courtesy of King Kimazabi.
I know nothing of
Slaycation
Paradise, but Rune Classic? I'm not sure I know what that is either.
Awesome.
These are both. Is it good? I don't know what that is. I have no idea.
Yeah. Just, I thought it was free though, but okay. Rune Classic. All right.
Oh really?
Well, let's see.
I can't hear the name Slaycation Paradise without saying it Ruby Rod's voice. Slaycation Paradise.
Maybe I got it for free. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rune Classic is $10 and is currently at 91% on Steam. That's very good.
That sounds like a very good game. Cool.
All right. Cool.
There goes your time management, Logan.
Sure.
Yeah, I've never heard of either of those.
Yeah. Well, now you're going to learn.
All right.
Hopefully. We'll see if you win.
Well, let's get to the game. Let me have you guys both put your hands on your buzzards and give me your best answer to this. We asked 443 Tadpoolers, simply name a classical music composer. Scott.
Beethoven.
Show me Beethoven. Number 2 answer. One answer will beat it.
Damn it.
Something better than Beethoven? All right. How about the Mozart?
Mozart, sure.
The Mozart. Amadeus.
Ooh, rock me, Amadeus.
You did it. Nicely
Number
done.
1 answer. Look at that. By the way, I did not do anything to adjust those scores. 101 people said Mozart.
Oh my God.
Said Beethoven.
Wow. That means the rest are going to be a crapshoot.
Well, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But that does mean that, Brian, you have control of the board and you get Logan as a partner. So 2 of you can work together to see what you got here.
Go, Logan, go. What you know, Logan?
I know very little about classical music. My mother-in-law is a retired high school band teacher, and I remember she used to listen to a lot of Bach. So I'm going to say...
Yeah. Bach.
Bach.
Right.
All right. Show me a little of the Johann Sebastian Bach. Number 3, again, within 5
Yeah, that's everybody.
Beethoven.
That's everybody. That's everybody, right?
Tightly packed.
Everybody.
That really is your top 3, isn't it?
443. What's that?
That really is your top 3 of the era, though, I think.
It really
is.
Yeah.
All right. I know some others, but let's see if you guys do.
What you thinking over there? I have one, but go ahead.
What do you got? You listen to a lot of classical music to really get in the flow?
Yeah, absolutely. No, but I did study a little bit of it in school. So I remember it was like Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, and Chopin, as I call him.
Sure.
Chopin.
Chopping broccoli. It's chopping broccoli. All right, show me Chopin. Yeah, Frederick Chopin, number 4.
Yeah.
Right down the line here.
Right down the
And
line.
after
There you
that,
see the big gap. 96 people
I was
said
about to
Bach.
say, after
29
that,
people said Chopin.
I remember having who used to Telarc. Telarc used to make. You remember those CDs?
Yeah, the Telarc CDs, absolutely.
Yeah.
They all had exactly the same label design. Like you could look from a distance at the wall at the store of CDs and be like, oh, there's all their classical music ones because they all have that same yellow and white. Spine.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And I did have a few of them, and I think I want to say I had Tchaikovsky. Is that how you say it?
Tchaikovsky?
Tachi? What?
Yeah. Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Joanie loves Tchaikovsky.
Joanie loves Telarc Tchaikovsky. Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that you mean Tchaikovsky, and let's see.
Let's put a T, and I'm going to pronounce the T because it's got Telarc.
Show me Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky.
It is your number 5. Yeah, Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, down to 18.
Dude.
Down to 18. Yeah, It's a sharp drop. I mean, you get your Mount Rushmore of classical musicians, and then pretty much and the rest.
The band uses all the
doesn't count, right?
It matters what the tadpole says. It doesn't matter what is right.
Yeah.
Just like my pronunciation of Tchaikovsky.
Oh,
yeah.
Believe me, I had so many spellings of all of these composers to go through when I was calculating numbers. It's like, all right, what artist do I think they mean, or what composer do I think they mean by this? So yeah.
What you got? Got anything over there?
I'm remembering Star Trek, Jean-Luc Picard listening to classical music, and I think it was Berlioz. Is Berlioz on here?
Berlioz. I love it. It's a great. It's
absolutely.
It's just a nutritious
part of a balanced breakfast.
It's pronounced Berlioz.
Yeah. It's not Berlioz. What? What'd you say?
Barolis? Is it Baroli?
Barolis? What are you talking about?
Borealis? I have no idea.
Yeah, Aurora Borealis.
Hey, Brian, is any of those variations on here? Is that on our list at all?
I'm going to go ahead and give you one of these. Yeah, there is no... certainly not in the top 10, and I'm having a hard time even finding something.
Bertolli's is so good though. It's
Italian, sure. Bertolli's.
I get their frozen pizzas all the time.
They're really good. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go with one I think should be on here. If it isn't, I'm going to be shocked. But let's do. That just left me. They named a browser after it. And I have
good
it.
Job. Yeah.
Hold on.
Safari.
No. Oh, Vivaldi. That's it.
Yep. Vivaldi.
All right. Show me Vivaldi.
Look at that. He just already didn't he?
Moved right back up to 10 points to Brian and Logan's 13. So getting closer to tying things up.
I have a question for the judge.
Sure.
We always talk about how it's what the tadpole says that matters, right?
Yep. Always is.
Are you able to say one way or the other whether any of that exists in the top 10? Meaning,
is there any dumb answers
in the top 10?
All right.
The tadpole did give all these answers.
Oh shit.
As a matter of fact, in the top 48, the tadpole gave all these answers. I mean, yeah, I'm not. There's no. Shoplifter is not in the top 10.
Shoplifter, that is fantastic.
I made that one up. Shoplifter.
That's good. That's funny. That's hilarious.
All right. Who does Adagio for strings? That's I love that song. It's in Homeworld, the video game Homeworld.
Bling, 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 bling. Oh no, that's Ariana G string. Sorry.
Oh shit!
Ariana G string. What'd you say?
Ariana G string. I'm gonna go see her in concert, open for Katy Perry.
Is it Barbo? Barbara.
Barbara.
Something.
Classic composer Barbara.
Something Barber. The guy that did Adagio for strings. I'm sure his last name is Barber. I think, but I don't know his first name. So I'll say
the Barber of Seville, right?
Sure.
Samuel Barber. Show me Barber. Come on. There it is.
Oh, really? Wow, that took forever, Logan.
Shit.
What do we got?
That was a long one there.
Man.
Not like Barber did not even make the list.
Oh, that one song. I mean, he's kind of a one-hit wonder, but it's an amazing hit. It's such a good song.
Yeah.
Do you say List?
List.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Who?
Didn't he make the list?
Oh,
is his name List? Wasn't there like
is there a dude named List? He's Barbaro's buddy or whatever.
It's not like a list, but it's got like a Z or something there.
yeah, it's spelled weird.
Zist.
List.
Zist.
Liz.
It must be Zist.
What about Brahms?
Oh, Brahms. That's a good one.
There's the answer right there.
Yeah, that's probably on there.
All right. Show me Brahms.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Brahms number 15. So at least you're picking something that's up there.
All right, I'm gonna make an attempt, a valiant attempt.
Sure.
To say that somebody in the tadpole, enough of them in the top 10 because of these low numbers, had to have put John Williams as either a joke or believing he is one of the great, and he is one of the great composers of all time.
He's one of the greats, yeah.
I'll say John Williams and see if I can get away with it.
Or 19, he's a classical music composer.
Yeah.
show us John Williams.
He puts ahead of us. Oh, no.
All right. Well, either, maybe I'll clear this thing. Who knows? Probably not. Okay. Well, that's interesting because that's higher than I expected. So I want to say maybe I'll take one more stab at a modern composer and say Hans Zimmer is on here.
Oh. Not Hans Gruber?
Not Hans Gruber.
Zimmer.
No. He died, mother effer or whatever. Mother.
Show me Zimmer.
I pushed my luck.
People did say Zimmer number 12 was Zimmer. Almost got you a free guess there.
Damn.
Well, I'm out, Logan. It might be time for us to. Do you have the chat room pulled up by chance? It's time to.
I mean, I'm thinking with numbers like these, one of the top is going to be like I don't know or something.
Right.
I never. By the way, I never include pass or I don't know unless I say that in the question. Like if you don't know, say I don't know, and I'll count those guesses too. But not this one.
Okay.
What are they saying?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the chat. They're saying Handel. Yeah.
Oh, Handel's
Okay,
Messiah.
Handel, yeah.
That's one. Sure.
Handlebar. Yeah.
Someone said Wagner.
Oh, Wagner. That's a really good one.
Even though it looks like Wagner, but it's Wagner.
Wagner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go listen to classical music after this because I could not tell you some of these composers. So.
Yeah.
All right, going with Wagner.
Yeah.
Show me Richard Wagner.
Yeah.
Number 9. Good points right there. Takes you back in the lead, 22 to Scott's 16.
And you're talking Flight of the Valkyrie, right? Wagner.
Flight of the Valkyrie is good.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Love that stuff.
And you said Handlebar? Handlebar mustache?
Handel.
Yeah.
Handel's good. He did the Messiah. He's got
that
stuff.
whole Messiah thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Get that whole Jesus deal.
Messiah complex.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Show me Handel. Hondo. No.
Oh, wow.
You're not.
And
not
the Hondales.
Handel is if you can handle it, number 18.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Ambassador Domo said, John Tesh, I want to die. That's amazing. All right. Oh, geez. Kind of running out here.
Yeah. Yeah. One guess left. Any correct answer will take the lead away from Logan, but there are 2 answers left on the board, plus a bonus, plus 11.
All right, I'll say that the chat keeps throwing out Pachelbel or Pachelbel.
Pachelbel.
Pachelbel, Packard Bell.
Yep.
Let's do the Packard Bell. Let's do it. I don't know who that is.
Pachelbel, if I remember correctly, and somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, Pachelbel did the music that you commonly associate with United Airlines.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that him?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good song. And also, that's just another opportunity to say how much I hate that airline. They're terrible.
United.
Yeah. They're awful.
Oh, yeah. And the wedding processionals. Right. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Show me Pachelbel. Yo quiero Pachelbel.
Oh, man.
Yo quiero Pachelbel. That's what it's like.
Pachelbel.
Hilarious.
I would eat a Pachelbel.
Well, that's a third strike. That means the game is over. Congratulations, Brian and Logan. Logan, you're getting those games. Let's see. Oh, that was Gershwin that did that one? Okay. Thank you.
Gershwin. Is Gershwin on here?
There's a good one.
Gershwin, come on! How come nobody said Gershwin?
He's newish.
George Gershwin, let's see. Wow, Gershwin tied with one vote or one entry, 28th place or 21st place. Here are the remaining ones on the board that you didn't get. Number 7, Igor Stravinsky.
Oh, Stravinsky. Shit.
Yeah.
Number 10 was your Schubert.
Oh, I love strawberry Schubert.
Schubert yesterday. It was delicious.
It's really good. Helps clean your palate when you're between courses. Yeah, it's really good.
A lovely Schubert.
Yeah.
And then your dude who what wrote the planets.
Gustav Holst.
11, Holst.
Oh, someone said Holst in the chat. I should have given that more love.
Not surprised. Some of the other ones: Aaron Copland, Antonin Dvorak, Debussy. Liszt made the list at number 17. Philip Glass, Salieri, Hovhannes, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Okay. Anton Bruckner, Bizet, Freddie Mercury, Jimi Hendrix, John Cage. What made that 3.5 minutes of silence? The silence track. Keshi, Koji Kondo, Modest Migorsky, Neil Young, Ozzy Osbourne, Puccini, Rachmaninoff. Let's see, Ralph Vaughan Williams, Shostakovich, Skrillex, Sting, and Van Halen.
If they're gonna put those guys, like, why isn't Trent Reznor ought to be on there if these other names are on there?
Sure, exactly. I mean,
freaking terrible. Skrillex and his famous movie film compositions. Jeez, give me a break.
But all that matters is the ending score. And congratulations, Logan.
Congratulations.
If I'm hearing you correctly, I'm hearing you want these games.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love the games. Thanks for letting me come and play. I still have no idea what makes something classical music, but I'm gonna find out.
Well, we all have questions still about all this stuff, but the important thing is that you won, and that you make a lot of faces when you play arcade games. I've noticed that about you.
Important thing.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
We'll see you soon.
And I hope you know, by the way, Logan, that I'm not at all making fun of your coaching. Your coaching is fantastic, and I just I like to kind of pull things out and play with them. So
yeah,
I know he's still listening, but he's not.
That's our little comedy show we do here on the air.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
That's right. Hey, Brian Dunaway, guess what? We got all sorts of stuff with you to tell you about. First of all, we did a great episode of Play Retro the other day. I recommend people check it out. Do you like Mickey Mouse? Do you like the Illusion series of games back on the Genesis Game Gear and so on? Well, then good news. That's what we talked about. He's also on FilmSack this weekend, which is also very exciting. So no reason not to follow Brian Dunaway around like a stalker and become his parasocial parasite. Okay? Everybody, you heard it from here. Bye now. All right.
By the way, Pachelbel's Canon in D. That's the one everybody knows. Amy put a link in the chat, but it's the one that it's kind of like the 4 chords, the Axis of Awesome 4 chords, but it's the
Oh, this is nice too.
Yeah. It's when the bride, when everybody is walking to the front of the wedding processional before the bride comes out and they switch over to Here Comes the Bride. This is the song that they play.
It is a little bit of a bummer though that's where the song is permanently attached, and it's hard to appreciate it outside of a wedding. You know what I mean?
Listen, sometimes you want to be I don't want to work, I want to bang on the drums all day when your team scores and they play it every time they score, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Like, it just seems like what's it like in a modern way? Like Like the Ozempic. I can't hear that original song without thinking of Ozempic.
That's a worse. Yeah, that's a much worse example for sure.
It is, but it's just like your song is now permanently attached to a thing that it will no longer be on its own. It has to be tied to, in this case, a wedding. So
I mean, the guys, the fine folks in Pilot, I'm sure, are enjoying the residuals they're getting from every Ozempic ad that plays. So
that's a good point. They were obviously happy to license it, so it all worked out for whoever wanted it.
I'd be happy with that kind of sellout. You know what? I'm not above selling out anything that I create to get that. Oh yeah, celebrate good times.
Yep,
Come on.
it's another one kind of wrecked now. There's a few like that.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom will be here talking some tech. We'll have Recommentals after that. We have to play a song first, so let's do that first.
Yeah, let's go to the band Wildlife. This is a band that spells it Wildlife. So make sure you ask for it by name. They've got a brand new LP. The album is called Sorted, and really good stuff. These guys are from New York, I believe. Yeah, New York City heroes. Kind of a really cool blend of punk rock, power pop, glam, just great straight up rock and roll. Maybe if you like the Hives, the Killers, Franz Ferdinand, probably along those lines, you'll love this. This is the first single from the album Sorted. It's called Dizzy. Here is Wildlife.
Bring me a sarsaparilla then, please.
Lady, I don't have any sarsaparilla.
Van Dyne.
All right, we're back, everybody. Who was that again? So we can all write that down.
Sure, that's the band Wildlife. All one word with the letter Y for wildlife, but they spell life, L-I-F-E. So just kind of keep that all straight. That is from their brand new album, Sorted, from New York City, Wildlife.
Pretty sure Claire sent me this.
Van Dyne.
I don't remember what the context was.
Oh, really?
She sent me that.
Speaking of Claire, I mean, really, it's not even a Claire thing. There's a whole Tadpool contingent right now that's in knee deep in everything going on Eurovision, and even did a story about Eurovision today in Daily Music headlines, because this is a year where we're all of a sudden getting a lot more weird tempo changes, key changes, nonsense lyrics, way more than the traditional like straight up 4/4 pop that previous years have given us with Eurovision, and now thanks to the band from Sweden, I now know how to build a sauna. Their video for their song Sauna shows you how to build a sauna.
That's fantastic, man. The Swedes, they're so far ahead of everybody else. I love it.
They really are
making songs,
Learn
making
how
songs.
To build a sauna.
Well, let's see if Tom knows how to do that. We're going to add him to the show. We're going to do a little tech time and see what's going on, what's brewing in the world of technology. You never know until you click it and invite him on. Kind of like a vampire. You don't know what he's going to do in your house until you say it's okay to come in.
It's true. We're welcoming Tom in to our house where he will bite our necks.
Bite us and turn us into vampires.
Isn't technology wonderful?
It sure can be. In the right hands, it sure is. It's Tom Merritt, everybody. He is our usual Wednesday guest who talks about technology from the Daily Tech News Show headquarters. Hello, Tom. How are you?
Well, hello, Brian and Scott.
Hello. It's nice to see you, sir. You're looking...
When you said news headquarters, made me feel so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually wearing a hoodie, but I immediately changed to a blue
I was going to say,
shirt.
you wear a button-up shirt because it was the headquarters. It would be the,
exactly.
I like it.
From the news desk.
I feel like whatever we're going to get today is like serious stuff coming out of Tom.
Serious things. That's right.
Yeah.
Nintendo chips.
Oh, my gosh. That's so serious. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
What's going on with those? I hope they're not overheating and ruining Switch 2s before the launch.
Not really. It's just the spec list from Nintendo. So chip heads are going to love this, but basically it's Eurogamer has a deep dive on the fact that this is in fact a custom chip this time from NVIDIA. And it uses the ARM instruction set, only 64-bit. There's some limitations that are going to explain why some of the developers are, going to complain here and there about it. But overall, it's a NVIDIA Ampere GPU, 561 megahertz, 1.46 gigahertz, 1.4 gigahertz, sorry. And yeah,
a little bit behind. A little bit behind.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a little bit behind this. Exactly. The device from a Steam Deck CPU. People were a little bit floored by that because they thought, well, we're far enough along. This thing should be beating that 5-year-old tech or whatever. Right. And I think they're counting on other stuff. They're counting on their AI junk that's built in to the GPU part of things. They're counting on upscaling. They're counting on some other tricks to get things visually where you would be happy with them, and not so much from just raw CPU power. But I don't know, like chip heads are going to complain. That's what chip heads do, right? That's their job.
Yeah. And honestly, is it a surprise that Nintendo has a less powerful chip and relies on other things to make it fun to play?
No.
And they usually succeed at that.
Yeah, this is 100% their MO, isn't it? It's like, this is what they do. So I'm not surprised. Here's what I think is interesting, though. They've always said, or they have, I shouldn't say they, people around this and with knowledge of the chip and the stuff before they even announced officially the Switch 2, were saying things like, expect performance somewhere between a regular PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 4 Pro, somewhere nestled between those. And now, based on what we know about this, the actual raw specs, the CPU, the GPU, everything else inside of this thing, what kind of RAM it uses, it does seem like that's right about where this thing will land. And for those who hear that and go, what? That's old. They've always done this. The 360 was the level they hit with the Switch during a generation where we were way past that. So what are we doing now? A generation that we're way past again. And it's okay because it turns out that's enough for what Nintendo does. And you will expect better stuff on screen, like on TV, because you're going to have that upscaling and that DLSS equivalent stuff happening. So, it's going to be fine. Everyone just calm down. You'll be fine. Right? Right, Tom? Reassure the people.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm honestly still looking at all these specs trying to find something that's surprising, and I'm not. That seems to be the news, is that Nintendo Switch 2 specs exactly what we thought.
Mm-hmm. They feel safe. They feel safe.
So, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with safe, I say. Like this, I may sound like I'm shilling for Nintendo a little bit here, but I guess what I'm saying is just if you had expectations that this was going to be Nintendo changing their entire course and saying we're now going to compete on the specs level with either existing consoles or whatever's coming next or PCs or whatever, you are smoking the crack. They were never going to do that. This is always going to be their way moving forward. And why? Well, the answer is because it works for them just fine.
Yeah. And it'll work this time.
Yeah, it'll work just fine. It will not be a big deal. We're not even that far away from, what is it, June? What's the ship days? I forgot. It's early June, right?
June 5th, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
So people are going to have their Switches. KT Data in our community will have his. Give us a little review.
Both of them.
Hopefully. Yeah, both of the ones he got. I need to bribe him for one of them. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. Swing by his place and lean on him.
It's exciting though, right? New hardware is always fun, and everybody gets to see what's going on. My biggest beef probably is that they haven't really shown much from the store interface. I know this is a small dumb thing, but Nintendo, for whatever reason, with the Switch 2, didn't have cool store music. It was choppy and horrible. I really hope that improves here. The only thing we have seen is the UI, and it looks like it's virtually unchanged. Couple things like battery saving mode, where you can have it charged to a certain amount, like your phone does, without wearing your lithium ions out. All that stuff's cool, but it looks like the same interface. Which I don't know, man. I'm not saying you need to reinvent the wheel, but it's kind of boring to see it be the same. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, give us a little bit of a refresh, interface refresh.
Yeah.
But this is the talk in the tick-tock of Nintendo's schedule. Usually this is more disappointing. Yeah. Usually this is a Wii U kind of situation. And instead it's just sort of a like, I guess this is slightly better, but maybe I don't need to upgrade.
They iterated. That's what they did.
Yeah. They iterated.
Yeah. They don't do that very often. They usually go... Think of the drastic difference, for example, between the Super Nintendo and the N64. It was radically weird in all fronts. The controller was wacko with 3 prongs and an analog stick. The device itself looked like a weird future toy thing. Like it was nothing like anybody else was doing. They avoided discs, still did cartridges. Everybody else is doing discs. Like they're always doing these radical changes.
Maybe
so
that's
I get it.
the surprising thing here is that instead of going that way, even the Wii U was, very different from the Wii. The GameCube was like nothing else they've ever done.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing is like, look, Nintendo just iterated. That's all they did.
Yeah. That is what I think makes this changed different, is that it's not different.
But they always surprise us, and that's how they surprised us this time.
That's right. They never not surprise you. More on that later.
Expecting to be surprised more, and they surprised us by not surprising us.
That's right. One of the things we're going to talk about Daily Tech News Show Live today is the idea, well, in the user agreement, which they just updated, includes some wording that makes it seem like they can brick your Switch remotely if they find out you are hacking it or doing something to the firmware or whatever. And today we're going to talk about that, why the level of freak out this time versus other times, because it happens all the time. A lot of these devices have end user agreements that say, if you mess with this, we can shut it off. So I don't know why everyone thinks this is a new thing, but that's what we're going to wrestle with a bit today. Looking forward to that.
There's a culture of people who just love to be mad at Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there are people who just aren't happy unless they're miserable.
There's that too.
Yeah. If they're not mad at something, life ain't worth living.
Right.
Anyway, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Tom, is there anything else going on today or anything else you'd like to mention on the show here today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, there's a bunch going on. I'm going to have a bunch of things in the DTNS briefing. Jen Cutter and I are going to record here in a few moments. So keep an ear out for that, including an interview with the guy from Sound Booth Theater. If you don't know Sound Booth Theater, but you do know Dungeon Crawler Carl, well, guess what? You probably know Sound Booth Theater because they produce the audiobooks, both the single one and the full cast one for the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. And I got to talk to Aaron Morton, who does a lot of the production for them, about how they do those books, which are back on the top 10 bestseller recently.
As they should be.
Yeah.
A lot of great production in that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and if you haven't read the audiobook version, even if you've already read Dungeon Crawler Carl in print, it's worth going back and listening to the audio.
I read it in print, and then Amy sent me some clips of the audio. Like, I missed out. I need to. So book 2 will be audio for me.
Nice.
Yeah. It's well worth it. Anyway, interview with Aaron Morton in today's Daily Tech News Show as well. The Daily Tech News Show briefing available in audio at dailytechnewsshow.com.
Nice. Tom, have a great afternoon, and I'll see you today at 2 p.m. Mountain Time for the Daily Tech News Show Live. We'll see you then.
See you then.
Funny about that, I think that they're, the TV deal they got or whatever for Dungeon Crawler Carl, I think rests on the back of the success of the audiobooks. Like, I don't think that thing gets the traction it gets without that amazing stuff. So it's kind of cool. All right, Brian, how about you want to do some recommendals? How you feel about that?
Heck yeah. Let's recommend some stuff.
All right. I like that idea a lot. Let's go ahead and add the crew here. There'll be 4 of us today, as there often is. And I will now.
We need to do Randy right after me, by the way, because he's got to cut out early.
Not a worry.
Well, what do you recommend?
Yes, it's our old friends, Randy and Nicole. Let's start with Randy. Hi, Randy. How are you?
Good morning stream. I am singing the Ozempic
Wonderful.
song all day today. It's all I'm going to do.
All right. Well,
Ozempic? Are you taking those?
No, he's talking about a reference we made earlier on the show. We were talking about.
That's far better than 1-800 Cars for Kids or whatever.
Nothing is better than 1-800 Cars for Kids. I'm sorry.
JG
that is the greatest jingle ever written right there.
It makes me want
we need more Nicole. Nicole, can we get more gain on you?
Oh yeah, you're kind of quiet.
I'm turning Nicole up as well.
Am I? Is it really quiet?
Yeah, I had you maxed, but you sound a little better now. It's not too bad.
Am I better?
Yeah,
I'm trying my kid's headset this time.
The quiet kid set.
Actually.
Yeah, it's not bad except for volume. But anyway.
I'm holding Well, I'm holding it up to my mouth now.
Yeah.
So
Well, there you go.
is it better?
Definitely.
Is it better?
Definitely better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just telling you that the J.G. Wentworth song is the
Yes.
better song.
Well, there
It's a
you
good
go.
song.
Well,
As is the O'Reilly Auto Parts song. Shout out.
Oh my gosh, dude!
O'Reilly.
I hate that.
I can't hear the O'Reilly without thinking of that guy doing the O face in Office Space.
Yes, exactly. That guy has a name. What's his name? He's so funny in the 2000s.
You're talking about the guy who does tons of voice work
From
now.
Mad TV.
Yeah. I can't think of his name, but he's great. We love him. Anyway, well, it's good. It's good to have you both here. We're going to get right to it. We're going to start with Brian, as is tradition, and then we're going to go to Randy because Randy's got a thing, and then we'll go to Nicole and then me. That'll be today's order. Brian, let's start with you. What do you got?
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to a movie here, but this one doesn't take place in the Berlanti-verse, but it is a Berlanti film.
Oh, this is serious. No. Whoops, wrong one. Here you go.
They want you to sell the moon?
Yeah, the moon, the Apollo mission, the whole thing.
And this Mo guy works for NASA?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Really
I disagreed
relax.
with this much of the country.
We are working for NASA to sell the moon. Nobody disagrees about the moon. No, you and I both know that everywhere around us, every day, something terrible is happening. Everywhere. Except in space.
I hate that this is working on me.
And they definitely need our help. Did you know of NASA's first 29 missions, only 48% have been successful? That can't be. That's crazy.
Did you know the ratio of men to women in Cocoa Beach is 5-1? Wow.
As long as you got us a quiet place that's not on Frat Row.
The guidebook said it's quaint.
Am I hearing Rashida Jones? Maybe
you are not. You're hearing. So obviously you're hearing Scarlett Johansson. The other voice you're hearing there is Anna Garcia, who you know from several appearances on shows we love, like Superstore, Hacks, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Party Down.
How did we not Recommental this already?
I don't know, because I love this. This is such a cute film.
The holidays 6 months ago was like everyone watched this movie and thought it was so great, and I don't know how I skipped it.
Good. Now's your chance to still watch it. It's called Fly Me to the Moon, and this is a film about. It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's rewritten history because this could have. It didn't happen, but it could have happened, set around the moon landing. Basically, Scarlett Johansson plays a New York marketing executive who gets hired to work for NASA and basically sell the Apollo missions because NASA's needing some extra funding. They've got a little bit of a reputation problem, and so she kind of is hired to Don Draper things up a little bit. There is a very Mad Men comedy kind of feel to this thing. It takes place obviously in the late 60s and has that whole advertising, stuff on flipboards underneath sheets of paper that you flip up and show them the ads. But, it's a mix of like having to do sponsorships with Timex and Fruit of the Loom and Tang, as well as just the public persona. Yeah, we all love Tang.
Have you not seen this, Nicole?
No, I haven't.
Watch it immediately. It is so freaking fun.
Stop what you're doing right now, Nicole.
Drop
watch
everything and go.
Here's the problem. Matteo and I are listening to an audiobook by John Scalzi.
Scalzi.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Called When the Moon Hits Your Eye.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's about the moon turning to cheese. And so I don't know what's with all this moon content.
That's also rewritten history right there.
Yeah.
So I think it's so funny that there's a lot of things about the moon.
Yeah. I mean, there was the popularity of the show For All Mankind, which I'm waiting for the next season.
Yeah.
I love that. Or did we get the finale of For All Mankind? No, we still have another season coming, I think.
I think so. Isn't there a final season planned?
I think so, yeah. But this is so a little bit more background here. Oh man, is it a spoiler to say what Woody Harrelson also asks her to do, Randy?
I think so.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
The movie brings people in from the side over and over and over. There's these like great jokes, right? Mm-hmm. These like vignettes, and they are what tell the story. And I wouldn't I wouldn't
Okay.
get into
All right.
the
Yep.
Nobody wants to
substance of
I
them.
won't
spoil.
spoil
No
it.
one wants you to. Don't spoil it.
I'm not
but-
going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it because I do
Claire-
want people to watch this. This thing, it's funny. Rotten Tomatoes, the critic reviews are a little bit on the lower side, still above average, but the audience reviews are way higher. And I feel like this is an audience movie. This is a popcorn film, and I think
Where's
it
it
probably it's on Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
And
Which is why I
stars-
haven't watched it. I hardly
There you
ever
go.
go on Apple Play.
You should. The stuff on there is amazing.
Oh my
I know,
God,
I
it's
know. There's
it's
amazing.
hard to find bad things on Apple TV Plus.
I know. I always forget about it. So
Channing Tatum plays the launch director. Channing Tatum in his ears. You just can't. I can't look away from Channing Tatum's ears. I
Yeah.
don't know why it is.
I think Tatum means big ears. Tatum is like.
I think so too.
yeah,
Tatum,
something
yeah.
like that.
What's Tatum's precious? Jim Rash plays a very flamboyant, the most Jim Rash character. It's like they took his Dean character from Community and amplified him. He's the most.
Yeah, they combined him.
Director.
They combined him with shit. What's the director from Baltimore who makes all the wacky films?
Don't know.
John Waters.
John Waters. Yes,
Oh, it is
yes.
John
It's
Waters.
like Dean from Community plus John Waters.
Yeah, a
all
little
mixed
bit.
up.
And then you get, like I mentioned, Woody Harrelson as kind of the basically her liaison to the president, to Richard Nixon, who's the person basically that hires her for this position.
Mo Burkus. I love a name like Mo Burkus. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I almost played the clip where he says, "And my name's not even really Mo." Oh, you chose the name Mo. Ray Romano is in this as well, playing, again, a great Ray Romano role.
Yes.
You get a this is such a revelation, by the way, for Anna Garcia. I can't believe we've only gotten Anna Garcia, who's the other person you heard in that clip, in these little bit part roles on, like I said, Superstore, Always Sunny, Party Down, etc. She needs a good starring vehicle, or at least something a little bit more prominent in a series. She's really, really good.
Yeah, I like her a lot. How's Ray Romano's in this?
He's great. I mean, it's a Ray Romano role. He plays another guy at NASA, and
I like his stuff outside of comedy.
Yeah, you know what?
They're just trying to. The whole point is they're trying to fund the
exactly the moon landing, right? Exactly. They this all centers the first moon landing. Yes.
Yeah. So what they're faking is saying Nixon won that election, not Kennedy, right? Is that what they're saying? Because that had
no. That's not the rewritten history. No. This still takes place after Kennedy says we're going to the moon and this and that and the other thing, and we're going to do it because it's hard and all that. But
gotcha.
Kennedy still dies, and Richard Nixon is the president for the moon landing. No, the rewritten history. I don't even want to say what the rewritten history is. Yeah.
It's so farcical that it's just like. Just leave it there. You'll really enjoy it if you don't know.
I got it.
Yep. But this isn't going to encourage like moon landing skeptics to have more ammo.
I'm not
is
going to
it?
say anything. I'm not saying anything about that. Nope.
Okay. You
The
don't
moon
have to say
turns to
anything.
cheese. That's all I gotta say.
That's right. The moon turns to cheese.
Great.
Anyway, it's fantastic. It's called Fly Me to the Moon. It's on Apple TV Plus. This is a movie you watch with friends or significant other, your spouse, your partner, your best bud, whatever.
And Scarlett Johansson's spouse has a cameo.
He does in one of the greatest cameos ever. Yeah, as soon as I saw him, I started laughing, and it's a great cameo from Colin Jost.
Nice. Get it today. Apple TV Plus. Fly Me to the Moon. Randy, what'd you bring, man? What's your clip?
I got another comedy. I'm going back more like 20 years. There was a third golden age of comedy 20 years ago, and now I think we're now far enough past that we can see really amazing decade for comedies, and I'm getting to show my kid some of them for the first time. Went on a little spring break vacation, and we watched some Judd Apatow. So this clip is the first dialogue in a Judd Apatow movie, and it's a bunch of LA slackers who are all living together, talking.
Here we go.
All right? You sure you understand the terms of the bet? Because this is serious. No. Martin, all right, listen.
It's like Robin Williams' Knuckles.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Tell us which one this is. I know which one it is.
Yeah, this is Knocked Up. Knocked Up was 2007, probably the peak for Judd Apatow, although we didn't know it at the time. Any version you're going to get nowadays is the extended and unprotected cut. It just adds a couple minutes of jokes like that. These are mostly not the principals of the film. These are their friends, right, who were in other things with them that are brought in to punch up the comedy. So they didn't even give these characters different names than the actors, right? So like Jonah Hill is just Jonah. Yeah, Martin stars Martin. And the main film here is a Seth Rogen comedy. And Seth Rogen's on my mind because he's all over Call of Duty right now. I'm not kidding. Seth Rogen is all over Call of Duty right now. It's really, you go into Call of Duty and he is everywhere. I like shooting guys. Exactly. No, that's exactly, you got it. You nailed it. This is actually the first of a two-part movie comedy. Like the sequel is called This Is 40. We also watched that, but it's not that great. It's just not as good.
Oh, that's right. It is the continuation of Red and what's her face? Leslie Mann, yeah.
Yeah, who's Judd Apatow's wife, right?
Is she? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that this was only his second directing gig. I thought there were so many things that I thought came out before this that, but just 40-year-old version and Knocked Up as far as directing.
Yeah. All of every little bit part in this movie is just incredible. They found all the comedians, the comic actors who were available in Hollywood while they were making the movie, and just they crammed them into different parts of this thing. It's Harold Ramis is Seth Rogen's dad, just like the most perfect casting you could ever have.
Yeah, that was right before he passed, isn't it? Pretty close. No, it was a little bit late. It was another 6 years, but yeah. Miss Hill.
Absolutely. This is a legendary comedy. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. If you haven't seen it in a while, it surprised me. Say what?
I said, don't tell me what to do.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm playing.
Did this still have this still has that weird rubber vagina thing deal?
Oh my God.
Yes, Scott Johnson, of all the other people in the world, for Scott Johnson, a 1 second shot in this movie is the only thing that matters.
Well, it was shocking because it's the first, I mean, you guys laugh, but it's the first time I have ever seen that in a movie, ever. Like a movie that was like a movie you could go see in a theater, and it was like, here is a big, giant, full screen vagina, which was fake, obviously, but it was like the first time I'd ever seen that in a movie. It was crazy.
When did this movie come out again?
2007.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is before I had kids, and that scene freaked me out. I'm never having kids. I'm never having kids. I don't ever want to have kids.
I mean, that was part of what they were playing off as what a horrifying change it is in your life when you're suddenly pushing a kid out of your, out of your happy place.
Well, and this, like the comedy of the movie is about all of the things that you go through when you find out that you're going to have a baby, and then when you gestate that baby, and so on and so on. Like there's so many jokes that are sort of fresh because, at least at this time, we didn't really have any movies about this. This was.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I like when movies kind of try to make it a topic of a conversation. Like there's a really good documentary that Ricky Lake did about giving birth, and it is raw, man. I'm just like, I'm crying every time a woman gives birth. I'm crying.
Yeah.
It's just it's intense.
Yeah,
man.
It's serious business, man.
Yeah. Well, it's not serious, but it can be funny too, because I had some really funny shit happen when I gave birth to Ava. Like, there could have been a freaking marching band in there, and I would not have cared. I mean, it's crazy.
There's an interesting thing here to compare this to Fly Me to the Moon, because both of them have romantic comedy elements, right? They're both they both could be described as a rom-com, but they're not really.
Right. The rom-com aspect is very secondary in both of these.
Yeah, it's like this movie Knocked Up will you have to develop one of the two characters in a rom-com, right? They have to have character development, and by the end something happens. This movie is like, Seth Rogen's character, we'll get around to it eventually. He'll change a little bit at some point, maybe. I don't know. Like and Fly Me to the Moon was kind of the same, right? Like Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum's characters were like, obviously they have chemistry, but it's not like it's not like it's not more than a subplot,
Sure.
Right.
And like this movie really comes down to people like Paul Rudd delivering jokes, and it's a classic. This is a legendary.
The thing I'm most looking forward to from Judd Apatow is his upcoming documentary on Mel Brooks. I really want to see that.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Like full documentary style.
That's very cool.
Thing. And I think based on some stuff he said on social media about his interviews with him, it just sounds like we're in for something special. So it's going to be rad. Well, there you go. Fine choice. Get your 40-year-old virgin. Where are you watching this?
This is right now. Right now, it's on Peacock.
Okay.
Peacock. When I watched it last month, it was somewhere else. It's one of those movers. I was just on a plane, by the way. I was on several planes traveling across the country and back. And my gosh, the streamers have taken over airplanes. Like you have all of these apps now in the little TV on the.
Oh yeah,
back.
you knew that was coming though, right? It just felt like they were going to go after anywhere that you can watch a thing. Netflix and HBO and everybody were going to fight. Oh, any comments, Randy, from he who did predict that one day HBO Max would be HBO Max again? Any hot takes on that whole thing today?
I'm just more satisfied now. That is the right thing to do, and somebody needs to tell Twitter that they can set their name back to the right name.
Nice. Somebody talk to Elon Musk. I'm sure he'll do that for us. Yes.
Just to clarify, that was not 40-year-old virgin. That was called Knocked Up. You confused the.
Did I say 40-year-old virgin?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, everybody. I meant Knocked Up. I thought I said Knocked Up. Oops. I'm not here to. I don't want to distract the chat. They already distract us enough. So yeah, let's figure that out.
Me too. It confused me too, Stephanie.
Sure.
Other truly amazing thing to me is Delta at least gives you the ability to stream live television to the seatback. So I watched the election of a new pope along with 200 other people in a plane. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's a great place to do it. If things go weird, you're in the air. You can avoid it, right? I don't know, or maybe you'll crash. I don't know how that works. Randy, have a wonderful meeting. I hope your meeting today is fruitful and it makes you.
I'm going to hang out with you a few more minutes.
Oh, if you can hang, that's fine. That'd be great. Hey, Nicole, let's swing the mic over to you. What'd you bring this week?
Woo-hoo. I brought a 42-year-old movie.
The 42-year-old virgin? What?
All right. So you're going to play the clip.
Yeah.
It is Wayne's World before Wayne's World. It is I after rewatching it, it still holds up. It's a sci-fi comedy from Canada. It is quoted at this house. The funny thing is, Mark's never seen it, but he quotes the hell out of it. And I'm like, how have you not seen this movie?
That's hilarious.
How have you not seen this movie?
I've never heard it called a sci-fi comedy. That's wild to me.
Right.
But if you watch it, it's sci-fi.
I've seen it like 50 times, but I've never thought of the sci-fi. You're not wrong. There's stuff in there. I just have never thought of it.
Yeah. But
it's never hit me before.
But this movie was on constant rotation in my house. My dad honestly, I think my dad is the reason why I have the sense of humor that I have, because we would watch Benny Hill together. We would watch the Three Stooges. We would watch SNL. Like, he introduced me to Saturday Night Live. Like, he really loved to laugh. And he was very depressed. He was a very depressed person, but comedy helped balance him, and it helps me, with my mental health. I'm always looking at, like, Randy's always looking for a good comedy. So I'm recommending a very, very old movie. It is free. Well, I paid for it on Amazon with my credits because I like to I like to use the option of getting like $2 to use for Amazon Digital. So I have like a ton of credits stored up. So I just end up buying the movie on Amazon through those credits that I've saved through doing like a shipping day. But you can also watch this on Tubi with some commercials, which I wish they would give you an option to get rid of the commercials. But
Yeah,
whatever.
it'd be nice. It's a cool service. I really wish they would.
But yeah, you can watch this on Tubi. It's wonderful.
Well, here's your clip.
What have you done with the disc?
What are you looking at me for? I don't got it. Maybe it's out of gas, eh? Oh! You farted! No, it wasn't me. It was the chair, eh? He's lying! Check the machine, eh? I'm not lying.
He's lying, all right.
I don't need no machine to tell me that, eh? I didn't do it, I swear. Oh, jeez, don't slice cheese in here, will you? Take off!
Okay.
Change my clip!
I used a different clip because yours was long and you didn't tell me where to cut it.
It was not long. It was 38 seconds.
Yeah, but it was all messed up and it was only in the left ear and it was weird. So that's why these two send me finished clips. Yours are sometimes hard. So I have to wing it. It's not a big deal though. I just wing it. And
it was on YouTube and it was just them going steamroller.
Well, tell us more about Strange Brew and why we should watch it in 2025.
All right, so Steamroller is something that Mark does with the kids, and the kids absolutely love it. And they're like, and he finally told them where it came from, which led me down this rabbit hole of, oh, we should watch Strange Brew. And so on Mother's Day, I put Strange Brew on, and I laughed so hard and had forgotten so much of it. But like, there's the like that right there. I was like, core memory just unlocked.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, well, I had that Great White Album on repeat in high school. It's all I did.
So good. Yeah. Beer Hunter.
Yeah.
Take off, you hoser.
I love that album.
Now, man.
Yeah, that album was amazing. I never saw it, so my introduction was the album. I hadn't seen any SCTV prior to this.
Oh, really? Okay.
So for me, that was like the entryway. And then this movie obviously was a huge deal for me and my friends. And I don't know, probably saw it 4 times in theaters and then rented it a million times, owned it on VHS, saw it for Film Sack. Together.
Did you watch it for him?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
that's
great.
Good.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, again, 42 years old.
I know that is
Like,
crazy to think
But it
that.
holds.
Jeez.
It really holds up. There's a lot of funny scenes with the sci-fi scenes revolve around an arcade machine, and Mateo was kind of coming in and out as I was watching it, and he got to see the scene where Rick Moranis, his character, drinks all the beer. Beer.
Oh my god! In the vat, yeah.
In the vat. And I love that movie so much. It's so stupid and funny, and so yeah, there you go.
There you
Watch
go. If you want to see
Strange
Max
Brew.
von Sydow paying his bills, this is a great version of him. Like he's super serious and earnest, like you expect him to be. But he's so ridiculous compared. Well, in a film like this, it's just like can't think of another good example. It's like who played Obi-Wan in the first Star Wars movie? Can't think of his name. Alec Guinness. Yeah, it's like that a little bit. It's like this serious, revered actor doing sci-fi.
And then we did get Saito in the later Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Weston in the chat says steamroller ? So in the clip, they are actually committed to a mental institution, and they're in a padded room, and they have straitjackets on. And so they're mad at each other. And so the brother says, "You can't go past this line." And he's like, "Says who?" And then he goes, "Fine, steamroller." And so he just starts rolling on them. They just keep rolling and rolling. And it gets to the end of the clip where, who's the other guy? Not Rick Moranis, but
Dave Thomas.
Dave Thomas. Yeah.
He breaks character. He starts he laughs. And you can tell they were just goofing on that scene. It felt like that scene was totally ad-libbed, and it's probably my favorite part of the whole movie.
Which Star Wars movie is Max von Sydow in? Before we get emails about this, is he really in it?
He's in 7.
Is he?
The beginning of 7, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Force Awakens,
episode 3.
No. Wait.
No.
Force Awakens. Force Awakens. Brian's right. Yeah, I totally forgot he did that.
Yeah, he's at the beginning with Poe Dameron.
I'm thinking of Saruman.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was thinking of him too.
Sure.
Getting him in there.
Dooku.
Yeah, those guys all cut from the same cheese. All those actors.
So I tell you what blows my mind about Strange Brew is that it exists because Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis directed the film.
Did they?
And it was Rick Moranis. It's the only film he ever directed, and Dave Thomas. It was his very first attempt to direct a film, and they just managed to talk a guy with a lot of money, a Hollywood producer, into giving them $5 million to make a movie, and they had no idea what they were doing. It's just like it kind of shows that a lot of it feels like it was thrown together,
too, right? In the very beginning, they kind of make that clear.
Yeah. But it's kind of what made it work, right? Like at the end of it all, it's sort of...
Oh, the whole fourth wall, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of bad, but in a good way. It's hard to explain.
Right.
But.
Yeah.
It's knowingly bad, right? Like they're tongue-in-cheek delivering something they know is kind of cheap.
You can make a slapstick comedy through sheer willpower, right? And that's what they do, and it's hilarious.
I don't think that Dave Thomas is as much as Moranis got like a big career push after this to do tons of things. I feel like Dave Thomas got left in the dust a little bit, but he deserves more freaking credit. That guy is funny.
Plus,
I love
he invented Wendy's. Yeah, I mean,
definitely the same guy. This exact same guy.
I made that joke before Rufus T. Cat put it in the chat room. I just want to say.
Yeah, I can confirm that came later. Yeah. Also, he was amazing as Trevor in Arrested Development. I will never forget that role. He was so good.
He was really good.
And this is before Rick Moranis wore glasses too.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know. Did he wear those for just roles, or is he really a dude that needed glasses?
No, I think he wears glasses, but he does not wear any glasses at all. I mean, they're very young in this movie.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just it's a fun romp around.
I also want Dave Thomas to play Andy Richter's dad in something. I want the two of them to be in the same thing.
Well, do you know people? We dig in there and get that done.
Do you not see Dave Thomas and think that looks like Andy Richter?
A little, yeah. He could play Andy Richter's dad, sure.
Who Andy Richter is.
You know what's funny? He's actually got more gigs lately than Moranis kind of bailed on Hollywood after a while. He sort of just took off.
You know why, right?
Family stuff. He didn't want to raise his kids. Yeah, which I think is great. But Dave Thomas is like consistently just sort of working, and it's all these little bit roles on TV and stuff, but you just don't think of him in the same way. Like he's on Blacklist, I guess. Oh, he writes Blacklist? The Blacklist? What? All right. So apparently he's writing as well.
Oh,
doing a lot of writing.
From what I understand, though, Rick Moranis is getting back into acting now that his kids are older.
Well, he hasn't done anything since 2018, and that was a reuse of a voiceover. Let's see. He is in...
I could have swore I saw he was coming back on something.
He was in a Mint Mobile ad in 2020, so 5 years ago. Goldberg's one episode, Dark Helmet voice. I think that was just a reuse. Yeah, he hasn't done anything since 2007, and that was another Bob and Doug McKenzie thing. Oh, Brother Bear 2 in 2006 was his last original role since kind of bailed. Yeah. Anyway,
he'd be a good voice actor.
I like him a lot, so I'm all about him coming back if he wants. Well, there you go. Very nice.
Now I'm going to bail.
Randy.
Scott, I'm sure your Recommentals great, but
it will be. Ironically, you'd love it the most because you're always talking about feel-good movies, and this is a feel-good movie. So,
hey, I'm sure your Recommentals are real hoot, but I'm going to bail.
All right. See you, Randy. Thanks. Here is my Recommental. I'm going to play a clip and then get to the what the deal is here. But I wanted something that was kind of wholesome and sweet. I haven't had that in a while. And my wife found something that she said, hey, I heard this was good. We should watch this. And I actually had some concerns before I started it, thinking it might be too maudlin, a little too... I don't know, too much of that. Turns out...
Murder on 3rd Street.
Turns out I absolutely loved it and will full-throatedly recommend this to anyone.
Oh, gosh.
Looking for a good movie. All right, so here you go.
Well, what about you? Who was the great love of your life? Was there one?
Yes, there was one once. What was his name? Isabella. Yeah, Isabella. But what happened? Nothing happened. It was a sin. I left the convent. Oh. And that's what, it's not easy to live in a world that rejects what you are. Oh my God. It's terrible. No, dear. To Isabella.
To Isabella.
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 Honey. You. To
you.
Thank you. Oh, to you. And Teresa. Bless you, darling.
Oh.
All right, that's a very sweet moment in the movie, but I also wanted to showcase the women in this because they are amazing. And if any of those voices sound familiar, that's because they should be. Susan Sarandon, Talia Shire from, remember Rocky? It was Adrian, exactly. Yeah. Lorraine Bracco is in this.
From Sopranos.
Yep, she's fantastic. And Vince Vaughn is your main character here. Now, you may say to yourself, what the hell is this? And I would say to you, well, let me tell you. Oh, I forgot to mention, where is she? Who played Linda Cardellini. Geez, thank you. That's
Velma.
It. Yeah, Velma's. I never think of her as Velma, but you're right. She's Velma.
No, yeah.
Speaking of freaks and geeks and Judd Apatow. But anyway, this movie is called Nonas, and it just came out on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and it is all about a true story. And the true story, I didn't know that until I got to the end, and then they did that thing where the credits show footage of real people.
The real people. Oh, I love that.
And I went, oh, what? That's crazy. So it's this very sweet, very general audiences thing. Anybody can see this. This is not, there's no swearing, there's no sex scenes, there's no nothing like that. It's just like kind of
I'm out.
It's just a very pure family, appropriate movie. And the story is real. I'll give you the basics of it, and then you can kind of watch it for yourself. But Vince Vaughn plays this guy who is works at a car place. He's in New York. He's been there forever. The movie starts out with him as a little kid, and his grandma, or they called him their Nonna, is making Italian food. They're a big Italian.
Not Nana.
It's Nona. Nona is how they say it in the show. So I assume that's right. But anyway, they it's all about him remembering what a big deal it was for the family and how food brought everybody together and why that was a big deal. And he decides very late in life, after his mother passes away and he's been taking care of her because of her cancer, she dies. You don't ever really meet her in a modern sense. You just know that he's lived with her for all this time, and he has this best friend he grew up with. And the whole thing becomes this like moment in his life where he's like, man, I'm in my like early 50s and I haven't really done what I think I want to do. And so he decides what he wants to do is build a restaurant, buy this crappy old thing, redo it in Staten Island, where nobody thinks of good Italian food, really. At least that's the point of the movie, is they're like, that is not the place you go for good Italian food. But he doesn't care. His point is he wants to hire these older women who are all Nonas now, who are in various stages of either retirement or Lorraine Bracco's character's in a retirement home by herself. Susan Sarandon runs a hair salon, but is getting older and just wants to help. She's connected with the family. She's a friend of his mother's before she passed. They all have these connections. Linda Cardellini's a girl he knew in high school, and they kind of have a rekindling of a relationship there. Again, it's all apparently based on a real story. And they all come together where Talia Shire is an ex-nun, used to work at a convent. And they go and build this restaurant, and they call it Nona's, or what's the full name of the restaurant? I forget. Doesn't matter that much, but it's basically.
Hammond said Nona's place.
No, it's something else. It's got
Stregonona?
No. It's got like a name in front of it, and I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, you'll see it.
No.
But it's really, really, really sweet and really heartfelt, and there's just a lot of great lessons in it about acceptance, about not discarding the aged and pretending like they have nothing more to contribute. This is the nicest character Vince Vaughn's ever played in his life. Easily the nicest he's ever been. Like it's almost to the point.
Annoying. He never does like the hip thrusting thing or anything.
None of that. Right? No, he's just a really nice guy trying to do this thing.
He's a good boy now.
He's a good boy. Unlike most of his other roles, Talia Shire is really amazing in this, kind of quiet and understated. These are all Oscar and Emmy awarded and nominated women who are showing those skills in full here. Susan Sarandon really surprised me because sometimes she can take me out of stuff. She's just so dominant in her scenes. Not in this. She's very sweet, very
understated.
Very understated. It's hard to explain why I really liked her role so much, but she's great in it. They all are good. And it just made me feel good. Made both Kim and I just go, damn it, that was awesome. This movie was really sweet and nice. And for once, it was just something for me where I'm not like, I don't need a bunch of genre. I don't need a bunch of high stakes anything. I just want to see people being human, and that's what this was. And it was a really sweet story. So check it out. Nona's on Netflix. Big thumbs up from us here at the Johnson House on this movie. It was very, very good. I should have mentioned too, another Sopranos connection. If I can find her name, Drea De Matteo, who played Stella, or she plays Stella in this. She was Chris's girlfriend. I can't remember her full name in Sopranos.
What was it in Sopranos?
It was I could tell you.
She's gotten a little Trumpy in recent years.
Adriana, that's who it is. She's quite good in this. It's a smaller role, but it's an important one. And the guy that plays his best friend, let's see, where is he? I wanted to give him a shout out, and I can't find. Oh, he plays the character Bruno, played by Joe Manganiello.
Oh, Manganiello.
Manganiello, is he said.
Yeah.
He's one of those. He's the Deal or No Deal Island guy, producer guy.
I mean, yeah, that's what he's doing now. But what he was in, was it Magic Mike or one of those?
Yeah, Magic Mike XXL or whatever.
Blood. Yeah.
Yeah, been around doing a lot of different stuff. He was great in this. Just a really nice little role. Here he is with Vaughn. And there's what's her name, and that's them out looking at the restaurant when they finish building it. Anyway, that's a really interesting story, but the story is so much about friendship and love and motherhood and trust and finding your place way later in life and this kind of stuff. It was all just really nice. I loved it.
Have you watched A Man on the Inside yet?
No.
You need to, because that, to me, I'm loving that I'm seeing older people represented in more positive ways, and like they're real people. It's Ted Danson. He's the detective.
Yeah, you recommended this a while back, right? I think.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's really, really good.
So
I thought you were going to recommend Bad Monkey because of the Vince Vaughn thing. It's the best Vince Vaughn thing I've seen in years.
A Man on the Inside or Inside. I don't.
Man on the Inside. Yeah.
Yeah, Man on the Inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to keep that good feeling going of seeing older people like be people, watch that show. It is wonderful.
Cool. Both on Netflix, so I don't even have to leave.
Yeah,
There you go.
Stay right there.
Well, there you have it. Go check them out. You will find all of today's selections up on quicktms.li. Nicole, it's always fun hanging out with you. You have anything you want to promote?
Oh, I do. I finally have something to pimp.
Do it.
Oh, pimp it.
Pimp it.
So Mark and I, we do a live show every Friday morning called the Woodworking Morning Show. I have slowly realized that I want to talk more about other things than just woodworking. Drives him nuts. So he is still going to talk about woodworking on the Wood Whisperer, but we have split the live show off into its own channel, kind of like what you're doing with some of your shows, Scott. You're splitting them off into other channels, right?
I mean,
are you still doing that?
What do you mean? Like, you mean into other YouTube channels?
In its own YouTube channel.
Yeah, right now, Play Retro is definitely the test. That's the test bed. We'll see how it goes, but yeah.
So we're testing it. It's called the Spag Show. I put the link in the chat if you go to youtube.com/@Spag Show. And the idea is that this will be our place that we do our live show, and you can ask, and everybody's like so freaking entitled, like, I can't ask my questions without paying now. No, you can still come to this show and ask a woodworking question. It's okay. But guess what? I'm going to talk about 3D printing. I'm going to talk about movies. I'm going to talk about my stupid dumbass dogs barking right now. So it's just called the Mark and Nicole Live. That's all we're calling it. It has the potential to have our kids do shows if they want to. And so yeah, that's
cool.
what we're doing.
Nice. That's good. I'm glad we got something to pimp here. That's at Spag Show on YouTube. Either search for that or put it at the end of youtube.com. Either way, it gets you there.
I already got the live show queued up for Friday. Even.
Looks like, yeah, exactly.
Very nice. 8 a.m. on Friday. Hey, that's perfect because we don't kick in our stuff till 9. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a good lead-in.
Nicole, stay out of trouble, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye, Nicole.
All righty. That's going to do it for today's show. Hey, guys, check this out. One final thing. Somebody asked about codes, game codes. This is Edgar in Mexico. He says, "Dear sons of the butt and the John." Not sure what that is, but
Butt and Johnson.
Oh, duh. All right. I did not get that until you said it.
I guess Brian Ibbotson,
Makes sense.
is where he's going with that too.
Says, "I have a couple of extra Steam codes I want to send as potential prizes, but how to do it? Blessing the rains down in Mexico. Edgar. P.S. Love the show, though." Another time to remind people, if you are looking to offload any of your Humble Bundle codes or anywhere else you've gotten some extra Steam codes, you want them to be part of our giveaways that Brian does for the game shows or other places, that sort of thing, you can DM them to us via Discord. If you're not part of our Discord, you can find us there very easily at frogpants.com/Discord. You can email them in. Hell, you can even use the voicecast.app/TMS thing that Edgar uses. You can just send them there and I'll transfer them over. Easy peasy.
Yeah. Don't do them via audio, though. Don't go, all right, the code for this game is X53LJ.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Don't be doing that. But you can do it in text form. But however you want, it's easy. We're just, we move them around, cut and paste them. We're always glad to have extras and love to give you guys credit for that stuff. So if you're looking to offload your codes, let us know. Frogpants.com/TMS for all our other stuff. Brian, you have anything else, or are we right for a song right now?
I think we're ready for a song. Let's get to it. This one is going out to Jason from Mississippi. In celebration of the 13th anniversary of my divorce. Aw, wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Best thing that ever happened to me. Celebrating with the voice of "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" Couldn't get any better. And he's talking about Dan Tyminski, who is the singing voice for Clooney in "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" The song he requested was Occam's Razor, which is an original by Dan Tyminski. So I decided to go with another track by Dan. Now, in addition to "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?", you also know Dan as the voice of "Hey Brother" from Avicii.
I didn't know that was
the kind of dancey track. Hey brother.
Oh, that's the same guy? I had no idea.
Same guy.
Yeah.
And here's what's cool. Dan did a recover of that song, but in a bluegrass style, and put it on his album God-Fearing Heathen in 2023, which is the album also that features that Occam's Razor track. So this is a cover kind of his song that he did with Avicii. Here is Hey Brother, the bluegrass version by Dan Tyminski.
Frog Pants. The F is for fun. The R is for right on. The OG is for OGs. That was good. And then pants.